But another new damning study about the COVID vaccines just came out, and it looks like all-cause mortality is higher in the COVID vaccinated. We have a lot to unpack here on Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. This segment is sponsored by the Wellness Company, providing emergency kits that contain ivermectin and other antibiotics direct to your door. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Let's start the show. Well, it looks like maybe if you didn't get vaccinated, you might have been the smart one in the family. A new study just released, and I'm not happy to hear, says that all-cause mortality is actually higher in a new COVID vaccinated study. Don't say we didn't warn you. Here's what they have to say. Originally published on InfoWars, a study published Sunday detailed how individuals who received the COVID vaccine were more likely to die while their booster dose did nothing to help them. In order to view the full study, one must download the PDF file, which I'll show you in a second. It says this, that those vaccinated with 1 or 2 doses had a significantly higher risk than the unvaccinated. The study said in the conclusion section that we found all-cause death risks to be even higher for those vaccinated with 1 and 2 doses compared to the unvaccinated than those with the booster doses were ineffective. We also found a slight but statistically significant loss of life expectancy for those vaccinated with 2 or 3 out of 4 doses. The researchers analyzed data from the Italian province of Pescara for their paper. The McCullough Foundation published this, that the new study found all-cause death risks to be higher for those vaccinated with 1 and 2 COVID-19 vaccine doses compared to the unvaccinated. And you can see the study. Now, we've broken it down directly here in the document because the researchers calculated the loss of life expectancy of those who were injected with the exotic gene therapy technology, or rather how many days of life is lost on average per shot. They used a restricted mean survival time and then restricted mean time lost to articulate the data. We calculated the RMST difference that represents the best index of life expectancy in those comparisons where the assumptions of the model were not met. And with the RMTL ratio that can approximate the HR in the absence of the proportional hazard assumption, the RMST difference represents the days of life lost. Now, you can read the study. It's quite long and it's direct. Joe Rogan recently was talking about how a lot of this was censored from us. I don't know if you remember this, but the medical industrial complex back in 2023 was being exposed after Elon Musk bought Twitter and then began to show how information about the COVID vaccines was restricted directly by big tech companies at the request of the United States government. Remember this?
I mean, the other craziest thing of all, maybe some of the most craziest stuff of all, is that Facebook censored accurate COVID vaccine side effect information because it didn't want to promote vaccine hesitancy. In other words, the White House is like just pressuring them. I mean, this guy, Andy Slavin in particular, is just this malign actor, just pressuring, threatening them. They're nasty in these emails. The White House, nasty.
In what way?
Oh, just basically, it's I mean, Biden does it publicly. So they're killing people. Yeah. They're basically accusing people of, I mean, these guys, the gloves are off. I mean, they're just like, you're killing people by letting this information out. I mean, the information is people telling their own story of vaccine side effects. We always point out, like, it was one of the great public interest progressive victories in recent memory that the drug companies have to name the side effects of their drugs in their TV ads.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big part of it, right? It's like a running joke. You have to name the side effects in the TV ads. Well, here were ordinary people trying to tell stories of the side effects that they had from the vaccine on Facebook and Twitter. And the White House is demanding that Facebook and Twitter censor that stuff. This is just the worst. I mean, that's just Soviet Chinese style censorship, like full.
Well, yeah, but the problem is even in the recent Supreme Court ruling, 6-3, I think, they said that the government can do that. They can ask private companies to comply, and it's not a violation of our First Amendment. Well, it's actually killing Americans. Americans are dying because of this request of censorship. All-cause mortality is higher. That doesn't go to say the fact of even people who are dying directly from complications, like immediate complications. So if this doesn't wake you up, I don't know what would. Now, as many of you know, the Wellness Company has always been there to provide medications and alternatives, including antibiotics and ivermectin. Many of you know, not only is it expensive to go to the emergency room, but a doctor's visit can be a long time away, and or medications may not be available in your area. The emergency kits from the Wellness Company have ivermectin, they have fluconazole, they have amoxicillin, Z-Paks, basically everything you need to fight infections, viral and bacterial. Listen, it's going to cost more to go visit an emergency room than it is to have one of these kits available. And they may not even have these drugs available in your area because doctors may be trying to push these vaccines down your throat. So if you'd like to get one of these kits, get 10% off today at twc.health/headlines. The link is on the screen and in the description. Make sure that you pick up your emergency kit today. Get all the drugs that you need for your family to be readily available when infections come, because they will. And the drugs may not be available to fight it off. Be prepared for the worst at twc.health/headlines. Well, before we end, I want to play this video where Joe Rogan was explaining that this is one of the most significant ideas of our time, these excess deaths that we become so accustomed to, but yet the media completely ignores them. Watch.
If the media was legitimate, they would be talking about one of the biggest crises that's happening in this country right now, which is a massive increase in all-cause mortality.
Yeah.
It's a massive increase, and they're completely silent on it. It's like in some age groups, it's a 40+% increase in all-cause mortality, heart attacks, strokes, cancer. Gee, what do you think happened that changed where all of a sudden there's this massive increase and it coincides with something else? Don't you think maybe they would investigate that? Don't you think that like you would have some sort of investigative reporter that dives deep into this and gets to the bottom of it? No, they can't. Because of what you said. They're captured.
They're totally captured, 100%.
Yes, and they are captured. If you want to get more videos like that, follow Vigilant Fox. He's amazing. You can find his account on X. I'm Elijah Schaffer. Thank you so much again for watching Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. If you want to get more of these reports, subscribe to our Rumble and to our X account at Vigilant News, or direct to your inbox by signing up for our newsletter at vigilantnews.com. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.